And I actually think that I want to pull that back just a hair. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so now I'm going to spin this around. And yeah, maybe a little more, something like that. And so a little bit more there, something like that. Yeah, that's looking better. So we're trying to we're trying to get these dots to line up where they really were on Zawadi. Okay, so now, okay, I think that these here are slightly low, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select this and this. I'm control clicking on these to, okay, so now I'm going to scale that down just a bit, and you'll notice it's actually scaling it up, but that's okay. What we'll do is we'll translate the character back down to the ground, and you'll see that, oh, that's no good. Let's undo that, Control Z. We actually, to translate things, we must click on the hips. So translate back onto the ground, and now we see that, yeah, that's looking okay. So I click in that window, and then I can spin this around. And you'll see that it's slightly off center, so I want to center things back up just a bit. Yeah, there we go. That's, yeah, now you see my ankle on this side is a little bit off, so I want to rotate that just a little more. So I'm working all the windows, you can see. And that's not too bad, actually. Okay, so now we want to look at our upper body, and we want to see how this is lining up. So it looks like Zawadi may have actually, now if I rotate this, it actually rotates the whole body, so you don't want to do that. You want to possibly rotate this a little bit, and then maybe rotate this one forward just a little bit, something like that. So I'm just trying to align the actor within the dots in a nicer way. So I'm just gonna play around little bit by little bit, back and forth, until I get everything nice. Okay, this is looking a little better now. So now we look at our shoulder dots. Remember, those were on his shoulders, and the head dots. So I'm just going to double click in the window to get rid of my tool, and these head dots, we didn't do that good of a job at putting them on, and that may or may not cause a problem in the end, but it should be okay. So now Zawadi's head is a little longer front to back than this person is, so we're going to scale that, and we're going to pull it forward just a little more, right? And we're going to see side to side, maybe a little bit. Yeah, that should be good. That should be good. Okay, now for the arms. So you'll see Zawadi's arms are raised just a little bit, so I'm going to rotate those up, 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 up a little bit, and we'll do the same on the other side, and up, up, up. Okay, good. So you see I'm getting the character aligned in the T-pose. So now I'm going to move maybe the elbow joint just a little bit this way, so our fingers get lined up. And remember, this dot here was on the wrist, and so now, yeah, that's looking pretty good. So now let's look where this dot was. That dot was right on our elbow, and you see that's our elbow joint there, so we are going to need to work a little bit on that. But let's get the other side. So I think this part of the arm should be a little longer. So now we have symmetry on, so that means what you do to the left side is going to be the same on the right side, and vice versa. So if I scale this way, you'll see the arms will become a little bit longer, but that's not really what I want. So, okay, that's not what I want. I want that there. Ah, here's our elbow dot. So actually, that's not in too bad of a position. I'm going to go back to our rotate, and I want to rotate this forward just a hair more. There we go. That should be good. That's about right. Upper arm, elbow. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Okay, so let's try the other arm now. And let's do the same thing here until we get kind of, you know, so I'm going to go now to the elbow. And, oops, wrong arm. Keep mine left and right. And I'm going to move that over to there. And, okay, so now this arm could be a little longer. So I'm going to pull that out just a bit. Something like that. Okay, so now this looks pretty good to me. I'm just going to have another quick look at a couple of things. Yeah, this all looks pretty good. Seems to be lined. Okay, so now that once you have it lined up, then what I want to do is I want to set this marker set to be active on this actor. So I'm going to click the marker set here, and I want to create, right? And so now you'll notice that it put these markers on the actor here. That's good. So what we want to do is we want to say how these markers are fitting to these body parts. So I'm just going to click the, I'm working in this window. You can do it from up here as well, but I find it to be a little easier here. So root, left front of the waist, right front of the waist, left back, right back. So I'm going to click on these and I'm going to drag them over and define that to be the waist. So then left thigh and left knee, I want that to be the upper leg here. So I'm going to bring that over here. Left shin and left ankle. I want that to be the lower leg. Now the foot I'm going to define as our heel and our toe and our MT5. I'll get to that one as I go down the list. It's not in order. So, okay. So right knee is going to be here, and right shin I want to be here. Right toe, again, I want that to be there. Okay, mid back, lower back, pelvis, and sternum. I want to define the torso here. So left front of the shoulder, right, let's see, left front of the shoulder. So I'm going to put that over here. Left rear shoulder, right rear shoulder. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Left should be left side, and right should be right side. Okay. Now, head, and then a hair aerial dot on the head. And then we're missing one. So as we go down the list, that's why I do it in this order, so that I don't miss any. So left shoulder, that was the dot actually on the shoulder. So left upper arm and left upper arm, I want that to be here. And then we'll have our elbow there too when we get to it. So left forearm, I want that to be here. Left wrist, I also want to be here. Left thumb, I want to be here. Right upper arm, I want that to be here. Right forearm, I want that to be here. Right wrist, I want your wrist to be here. Right thumb and right pinky, control select for 2. Right front shoulder, I'm going to put that here. Okay, left back of the head, there's our other one on the head, so there's our head. So right shoulder, I want to put that here. Right MT5, that you remember, that one's going to go down here on the foot. Right thigh, that's going to be part of our upper leg. Right ankle is going to be on our lower leg. So our left MT5 is going to be over here. Our right elbow is then going to be here. Our left elbow is going to be over here. Our right knee is going to be here. I think something's weird. I'm going to have to check that. Left pinky is over here. And top of the spine is going to be here. Now, I said something was weird, so I want to click on this, and for some reason I have 2 right knees, so I'm just going to get rid of this one. So I click on it, and then I push the delete key on the keyboard, and that's done. So now we see 5, 3, 3, 5, 5, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2, 3. So we're missing one. So we're missing our our right heel. So we should have a right heel, and I think that was the one that I actually made a mistake and called that the right knee. Yes, that's what I did. I mistook the H for a K. So there we go. I'm just going to put that there. There we go. That's good. So let's double check and make sure that this is actually, yeah, K and E. Good. So now marker set, I'll click that again, and we're going to export this marker set. And I'm going to call this, and I already made one, but I'm just going to call it this, and I'm going to call this, I'm just going to -V2 for version 2. So I hit enter, and I'm going to save this scene file, save as, and I'm going to call this T-pose, and I'm going to call this motion builder so that we know it's 2011, and I'm going to call it -V2. Okay, and then just pick the default, say save.